Welcome to episode 13 of Cowboy Bebop. Last time was part 1 of a two-parter, so we got to see the continuation with Faye and Gren, Spike and Vicious. Spike left in a very bad spot. We'll see what Jet's gonna do, but it was all pretty interesting, very moody on this moon of Callisto, this cold, barren environment. And we'll see what happens next, so let's get into it. We'll watch it and talk about it at the end. We'll go ahead and watch in 3, 2, 1... play. Jupiter Jazz, Part 2. So we had Gren, of course, in this deal with Vicious, who was a soldier with him at one point. Escaped prison, is a woman or some such. Vicious, helped out by Lynn, who shot Spike, although I don't know where he was shot. He'll obviously live, but I don't know what kind of state he'll be in. What he'll do with any of this information, if we'll even see Vicious in this part, or if that's it. He told him that Julia had been in this town. Jet was just in the bar. Ed and I are not here. They're just in the ship, I guess. So we'll see. It's weird going into an episode of Cowboy Bebop with expectations. Because usually, I don't know what the next episode is going to be. Because it's episodic. It could be anything. This is the first time where I know what dangling plot threads must be addressed. So we'll see. And here we go. Okay, a little bit of recap. I guess he just tapes them. And of course, Lynn got in the way. Didn't show it this time. You gotta watch the full episode to see all the details. You can't just watch the recap. So here we go with part 2. So yeah, I don't know where he got shot. Like, he's not bleeding from anywhere. He was part of a unit of soldiers. Of course. I guess we get some war flashbacks. See what the deal is with this guy. I don't know exactly why he was in the prison to begin with. There's Vicious. So presumably... I mean, he does look more male in the face, and then there's also the voice. And the fact that he's in this military unit, he seems to maybe be male. Some bug, scorpion. Is that what he was playing on the saxophone before? I don't remember what it sounded like exactly. Oh, for being a spy. Oh shit, why did they suspect you? Were you? I guess not. And he testified against you. I see. So he's just a guy, and he grew boobs. Was the other one Julia? So she was alive, and she was here, and she talked to him. He wants to find out the truth. So in prison, he just needed drugs because he couldn't sleep. And the drugs in this prison, I don't know if they were approved, because goddamn, those are some side effects. You'll be able to sleep, but you will have tits, so you know. Alright? It's just like Venus in this world. If you go to Venus, you might just go blind. Damn. Right? Yep. Talking about Julia, and he's gonna be like, oh, well, shit. Maybe Spike was actually onto something with this. Yeah, he said it'd be two years since he saw one that good looking, so... I have to wonder what the deal is with all this. Are they even? We talking about Vicious? Have we even seen both of his eyes? Does he usually have one covered? If they're different colors, I haven't noticed. Thanks, Bird. So, is that where he got shot? Was it just like a... I don't know if he's wearing something under that, like a vest? Or if it wasn't a real bullet. Sure was nice of them. Is that the guy? The one guy who got his ass kicked in? His ass kicked in. That's what I said. That's him. Wow. They turned his life around entirely by beating the shit out of him. The hell just happened? Guess he, like, fell over into the shit. I don't know what happened there. And there we go. Yeah, you know. It's just his thing. Don't judge. So he still wants to go. I don't know if he's still gonna try to go there to where Vicious is. Vicious is? Of course. If you catch him, I'll let you back on. So we have this deal that's supposed to be happening. Him wanting to find out if Vicious really testified against him. Spike going after them. Well, you still stole it. Alright, we get to cut back to them for a little while. What are you doing? I don't know how to answer that question. And then okay. What the hell was that? What just happened? Ein seems equally confused. Well, he looks good like that, honestly. He said he'll send a woman over. And he was like, oh, I'd like to see you in person. He has no idea that this is him. Okay, so, handing over the goods. What is that? Oh, I will, because he's right here! I don't remember you being so busty. Well, shit. Oh goddamn. Alright. Just straight up bomb. Great. So he was a spy? And then basically framed him by giving it to him. And yet you were betrayed. Don't tell Faye, you'll just reinforce her ideas. And he's probably dead. Took the bullet. Poor Lynn. He doesn't care at all. Well, the rules were to go with you and help protect you, so, you know. Alright, we've got a 3-way dogfight. Or really 2 against 1, I guess. I don't know if they'll go after Gren's bounty. Nice. Spike shot the missile down. So yeah, let's work together here. Although he's kind of going down. And it's not going to make the place any worse. This place is already in shambles. You really can't do much to it. Nice. This is very video gamey. It's cool. Hey, there it is. There we have it. I guess Gren went down somewhere. Spike had to retreat for now. Is he okay? Could definitely see him dying here. Will he get a clue? Not good. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna... Yeah, it's not gonna work out. They have ambulances here? They have hospitals? Yeah, but I want to go. Might as well die. Trying. That's interesting. He wants to return to the place where he was at war. Just because he valued the time there and his comrades. The place that ended up getting him, imprisoned as a spy. She mentioned him. Okay, I was wondering if they were talking about Spike, even though his eyes are not different colors. But there was also the whole, like, the scene with, like, the doctors and the shit, like, going on with his face, so I didn't know if his eyes were different at some point. I might be colorblind. Those are the same color, right? Like, what happened? Maybe he lost one and one's fake? And they just got it to be the same color as the other one instead of getting it the same as it was? I don't know. Because I had been thinking, like, I felt like she was talking about Spike, but I was like, his eyes are the same color. So I was like, is she talking about Vicious? So I wanted to wait for more info. And so he is going to die in space on the way to Titan. Well, that sucks. This music is great, though. And Faye's back. Yeah, you seem to be playing your own little game. I don't know. Lynn died. Is that who they were talking about with, like, the shooting star? I didn't think we'd cut back to these guys. Gren died too, of course. So that was a bit of a flash forward. Well, that's just tragic. Great. Thanks. Oh, and wait, wow. You've been doing the credits like this. That was a good two-parter. I don't think we're going to see anything else. I think they'll just be the credits over some imagery of space. But I want to listen. Just let that soak in. So now what? You know, next time I guess back to something new. Interesting. But yeah, so now it'll just be back to something different, some episodic story, I guess. It's always weird to go back to that after you have a more impactful episode. But yeah, I'm not going to watch the preview. We'll find out when I watch the episode. So let's go ahead and talk about this one. Alright, episode 13. We have part 2 of Jupiter Jazz. It's a little weird with Cowboy Bebop to just have a straight up second part. Usually I go into these episodes not knowing what to expect, and you have some of the underlying threads like Spike and Vicious and Julia and these characters' backstories and whatnot, but you usually don't know what to expect, and you don't get a direct story continuation, but of course this time we do. And this was a good couple of episodes. Everything that I talked about last time still applies about the atmosphere and the mood and the isolation of the location that they're at, and just the moody, melancholic feeling of this whole thing. And yeah, it doesn't really end well, as I didn't expect that it would. So we have Faye having a much smaller role in part 2 here, when she's found by Jet and then taken back to the Bebop and everything. Jet, basically just here to do that, inform Spike, like, hey, you get the guy's bounty, I'll let you back on. Totally wasn't going to let you back on anyway, so you gotta get the guy's bounty. But yeah, Jet's just making it very apparent that he wants not only Spike there, but all of them there. He wants his comrades there. He does need them. You know, Spike comes back with nothing, but of course he's like, get on the ship. Faye says, I didn't really steal all that much in the safe. Obviously, do you think they have a lot of money? They fail on their bounties all the time. She didn't steal all that much, so all of his excuses about, I'm going after her because she stole all the money, that's not really what it was about. And with Faye, I don't know how this is going to affect her in the long run. She's back with them now. But after going through that, after losing Gren, this person that she trusted, I don't know. And of course she doesn't know all the details about this, but Gren, who also believed in comrades, very different than her, was betrayed by somebody he considered a comrade, and that just really reinforces her ideology. But yeah, with Gren, he had been imprisoned because he was accused of being a spy, which, in truth, it was actually Vicious who framed him with the little music box thing. And he was betrayed, even though he felt like his soldiers were comrades. Vicious was a comrade. He wanted to confirm whether or not Vicious really did that, and he did, because Vicious just doesn't believe in anything, apparently. He seems to just have, no guiding moral principles whatsoever, it seems. I definitely want to know more about him and everything going on. Of course, Spike was not dead after the cliffhanger last time. He had been shot with a tranquilizer, so that's what the deal was with that, so I didn't see any blood. And it was a great three-way battle at the end. The confrontation on the rooftop was great to begin with the tension, him disguising himself because he seems to be a woman. And of course we find out the reason that is because of these drugs that he was given in prison for insomnia, I guess. Sure, being falsely imprisoned because of being framed for being a spy. That he can't sleep, and these drugs just gave him boobs. I guess, sure. So that's very bizarre. In the grand scheme of things, I have to wonder the point of that is? Was it solely so that he could pretend to be a woman up on that roof, convincingly? You probably could have just, padded your cloak with some stuff. I don't know, narratively, is there too much of a reason behind it other than just, it's an interesting, memorable character trait? I don't know. But yeah, just, him kicking the bomb back, knowing that, yeah, they probably put something bad in here. They were not going to go through with that deal at all. They were going to blow this person up and shooting it and everything, and just the shots back and forth and the aerial dogfight three-way with Spike and Gren both going after Vicious and everything. That was cool. And, of course, the music box blowing up Vicious, but him getting away anyway. Gren, unfortunately, going down. Spike having no choice but to let Vicious go and go help Gren. And it just ends sadly, because Lynn died as well, which can't say I was too surprised about that. Dies protecting Vicious because he actually had things that he cared about and that he believed in and that he was willing to die for, whereas Vicious doesn't have anything like that at all. Didn't seem to have any emotion over the fact, and just cannot relate. And Gren dies as well. And it's so interesting to me that, like, the place he would want to return to is, you know, the war zone where he was a soldier, and the place that led to him being falsely imprisoned and going through everything that he went through, because that's just the place where he felt, I guess, the most at home, the most wanted, the most, like, he valued these comrades legitimately, and that's where he has the best memories from, and that's where he wants to return to, even though he knows he can't make it. Just set him on that course and let him die there. That's just messed up, and the fact that the ED played the way that it did with that music at the end, which was great, just over the shots of space, letting it all sink in, like, it really was just this sad feeling soaking in during the ED. Not a very happy ending. Although Ed, I guess, was having a good time. I don't know what that was. We cut back to the Bebop for 3 seconds to see Ed lining up a bunch of food and saying something about souvenirs, and Ein looking terribly confused, and then we cut away. And that was it. So, whatever, Ed, I'm going to assume that Ed is just too smart for me. She's playing her own little game here. She's the true mastermind behind this show, and I just don't get it. And then there's everything with Spike, Vicious, and Julia, just a little bit more hints of their past, and a lot of the same images that we've seen before, like when the Spike was falling out of the window in episode 5, with a little bit more context, it seems, and a little bit more about Julia, confirmation from Gren that she had been here, that he met her, and that she had mentioned him, Spike, but don't find out anymore, doesn't get to say anything about where she may have went or anything. So I have no idea what's going on there, but I'm very curious. And then there's the whole Spike having differently colored eyes thing. I wasn't sure in the moment, because I was like, I feel like she was talking about Spike. And we saw one of the images was, like, you know, seemingly Spike on the table with, like, the doctors and all the shit going on to his face. So I was like, was there something there with the eyes? Like, did he have different colored eyes at one point? So like I said in the reaction, my best guess is that he lost one. Maybe in, like, that big battle that happened, and then he got a replacement eye, and he just decided to get it the same color as the other one, instead of making it, you know, still heterochromatic. He was saying that his left eye sees the past, and then she said, what about your right eye? And then we cut to him waking up with his right eye, so I assume the right eye then would be the fake one, which, if the left eye is the real one, the one that presumably, you know, sees the past, according to him, I think that's just, you know, about him being stuck in the past and being unable to let go. He lost the eye that can, obviously not literally, see the future or see the present or move forward. He's left only with the eye that sees the past. I'm guessing it's something along those eyes. And of course, that's why I would think that he lost it in that big battle that, you know, happened in the very beginning of episode 1 that has been shown so many times and that I still want all the details about. That would be my guess as to what's going on with the eyes. I really want to see where this all goes now. I would really like some Faye focus pretty soon. I still theorized before that episode 15 might be a big one for her because we had Spike in 5 and Jed in 10, so maybe. But, you know, just to see how this affected her, she just seems really down throughout the entire episode. Like, this really had a big effect on her, so I want to see more of that. And then, I don't know, maybe Edward will get something to do, other than stay on the ship and whatever the hell she was doing, I don't know. But, yeah, this was a good two-parter. Can't wait to see where we go, so let me know what you thought. We can talk about it more in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel. We got new episodes of Cowboy Bebop every Friday, along with all the other stuff I do. And check out the Discord if you want to come hang out and talk, and the Patreon if you want to support the channel and see early videos. Those are linked in the description below. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.